On March 4, 2025, officers were called to Fort Lauderdale International Airport in response to a female passenger causing a disturbance on board a flight.
Hold up.
What about? Don't touch me, sir. What's wrong with you? Don't touch me.
Hold up. Stop.
Don't touch me. I'm
Stop.
okay. Don't touch me.
You're being detained. Stop.
I'm not being detained.
Stop. You are.
No,
You are.
I'm
You are.
No, I'm not.
Hands behind your back.
I just got off a flight. What the fuck am I being detained for? What? Why would you like that?
Hey, don't
What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you grabbing me like this? I'm not even moving. I'm not even moving.
Stop. Stop, ma'am.
Nothing. I'm not even moving.
Let them put handcuffs on
I'm
you.
not moving. I'm literally not moving. Why are you pulling my arm so fucking hard?
What state you from?
What the fuck is your problem?
I said stop several times, ma'am. You're not complying. You need to comply.
I'm not pulling my arm.
Back up.
Get back or you go too.
Fuck this. That has nothing to do with somewhere. Did you grab me like you fucking stupid? Stupid ass crap. What the fuck is you grabbing me like that for? I'm not even moving. You have me in handcuffs while you still moving. Then you put the handcuffs tighter than a bitch on my arm. Give me my shoe.
I got it.
Give me my shoes. You don't have to grab me. I'm fucking walking. Now you gonna push me to the wall?
Yeah,
Now you
because
gonna
you
push
tricked
to
me.
the wall?
Because you tricked me.
I tripped you? You're literally standing on my clothes and you're telling me I tripped you? You're throwing me into the...
All right.
Why you throwing me?
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Sit. All right.
Sit down.
To the wall. And you're doing all of this, telling me I tripped you.
Sit down.
I'm fucking handcuffed. How the fuck am I gonna fucking trip you?
Please
You
stop
fucking
yelling.
lying. He's slamming me into the wall.
Gentlemen.
I didn't do anything.
Gentlemen.
I just got home.
Yeah.
These fucking, what these fucking
I think, let's go over here. Come on over here. Here, come back here.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. Why did he just do that?
So, what happened?
So basically, we were having a conversation.
This is the person that...
Yeah.
Okay.
We were having a conversation with the flight, and she turned around and said, "You're bothering us with your conversation." We were speaking Spanish,
Okay.
which may have nothing to do with it, but she got really aggressive to the point where she turned around and threw a Coke bottle in my face.
She threw it.
Coke
The liquid or the bottle itself?
The bottle. An empty bottle.
An empty bottle.
It didn't do much damage. I gotta get that.
Okay, but did it hit you?
It
Yeah, it did.
right in my face.
Right in your face?
Right in my face.
Like a plastic bottle or
Yeah, right.
aluminum or...
As soon as plastic bottle. As soon as that hit my face, he said like, let it go, just let it go. But I can't. So I got up and I went to the flight attendant and I told her what happened, and she offered to maybe change her of seats or change us of seats, depending on her convenience really.
Okay.
And so we changed seats.
Okay.
And that's basically it. But she threw a water bottle in my face, and because she didn't like our conversation.
Okay.
That was basically it.
All right. Did you get hit with any of that?
I didn't know that he did.
Okay. And was this up in the air or was this on the ground? In the air. Was there any further altercation on the ground?
No.
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 We were just having a chat, and out of the blue she said, "Shut up."
Okay.
So we're business partners. So we're talking about business.
Okay.
And as she just turned around, threw the water bottle, it flew into my face. As soon as that happened,
The actual bottle or just the liquid?
the actual bottle.
And hit you in the face?
As soon as that happened, I got up and talked to the stewardess and told her what happened.
Okay.
And I asked to either
I'll give it to you.
change
I'll give it to you. You'll get it.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
You want to fix it?
I'm trying to make you as comfortable as possible, but you gotta relax, okay? You're getting yourself amped up. No, listen. Bend forward. Relax, okay?
I think he's lower. I think his car's low, but I don't want to... He's not answering. He's not answering. Alright, lower 114.
Is it unlocked? We're gonna take it to the car.
I think Sarge just want to get the keys.
We're still trying to figure everything out, you understand?
Why do I have to go in the back of the car? She was standing right there.
Wonderful world-class. Check out our amazing restaurant. All over the world. Related to the play.
You want to do stairs or? Because the escalator where her pants is going to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Where you guys go? Is that your Lord? Alright. We're gonna put them in those.
For now. I'll call for 3 Yankee Level.
Instead of them like trying to find some ways to solve it, they didn't even come to it.
Sitting from?
They were right behind me.
Okay. When you say they, who's they?
Both of the guys.
Both those two guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right behind me. And guess
Okay.
what? They speak English. I didn't even know that. You know what they telling me? In English, they talk among each other to poke me for me to turn around and say something. They was like, oh, shut up. Or you be quiet. And speaking in Spanish louder. And you know how Spanish sound? Imagine how Spanish sound. I'm not knocking. I love Spanish.
I'm just saying. I'm South Florida.
Look, I go más mito. I know Spanish a little bit, but and we on the plane. You're not even being mindful. Like I said, they sitting right next to each other. So why the hell? Everybody loud.
Did they put their hands on you? Did you
Nobody put no hands on nobody.
Oh, okay, good to go. So what's this deal with the other lady?
What other lady? No, they snatched. They thought it was me. They just snatched her by accident.
They snatched her by accident?
Yeah, because somebody else told her to come. You know, more people on the plane as escorting. So one of them told her, come here. So she coming. I guess they thought it was her. You know, as she coming, they snatched her up. So it was a miscommunication right there.
So it was a soda bottle thrown? Or what was the deal that was
No, I had a bottle, but it was nothing thrown. It was an empty bottle that I had, but nothing was thrown.
Okay.
But my thing is with this situation is that how you playing victim when somebody just telling you to be quiet and calm down? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I reported it to them. They didn't do nothing about it. They didn't even.
So the woman in all brown.
All brown. The one all brown, she had nothing to do with it. She was just trying to wait her turn to get off the plane.
Right.
But she was getting aggravated because the fact that she's not understanding why everybody rising, but nobody getting off the plane.
Okay.
So I was saying it's two different going on. But like I said, them two was been holding on the plane from the beginning, but everybody, they playing victim as they doing it. And I'm like, I see what's going on. I just got to make it home. That's all I got to do.
Reporting to the attendant.
I tried, and she kept working, ignored the situation.
Okay.
That's what it escalated to. I'm like,
supervisors or the other attendant told her you're going to get fired. That's when she came in.
Why it escalated? Told on the flight or whatever after they finished moving them. I don't know what type of VIP treatment they was giving them. They moved them to the front or whatever, right? And then she came to my area talking about, oh, they said something like, we're not pressing charge. I'm like
she
first
was
of all,
talking to her like in a demanding way.
You shouldn't come to me about nothing because you should come to me about nothing because I'm the one who called you guys to tell him to calm down, like tone his lower his voice. So I'm not understanding why I'm being aggressive now.
If you don't mind, dear, what's your name so I can actually include this in my report? Because I think this is going to help that lady out tremendously. Because whatever the hell he's saying, because he's saying the other lady was the problem.
No.
But exactly. You see what I'm saying? All right.
No.
So.
He's saying that? The people?
Now, mind you, I haven't spoken to him. I'm getting all this all from 3 different people.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
It's all because of them two don't want to talk all loud. It's all the way that. And then instead of the pilot solving the situation by moving them and leave it as that, they're giving them, it's escalating and they feel like, I don't know, why is it escalating for something that they started? That's what I'm not understanding.
What you just witnessed was not primarily an assault case, nor was it a disorderly conduct investigation. It was a communication breakdown that transformed into a resisting arrest charge. The unexpected part is that the legal risk didn't begin when the argument happened on the airplane. It began when conflicting stories forced officers to temporarily take control of an uncertain situation. The hidden reason is simple. When officers arrive at an active disturbance with multiple witnesses, multiple accusations, and no clear version of events, their first priority is not determining who's right. Their first priority is controlling the scene long enough to figure out what actually happened. And once that process began, the outcome became less about the argument on the plane and more about whether commands would be followed during the investigation. The critical turning point happened before any handcuffs appeared. By the time officers made contact, they were receiving different accounts from different people. One group claimed a bottle had been thrown during an in-flight dispute. Another version suggested the conflict was verbal. A third account involved confusion about who was actually involved. Legally, that uncertainty matters. Under investigative detention principles, officers are permitted to temporarily detain individuals when they are actively investigating a reported offense and need to secure the scene. At an airport, that authority becomes even more significant because officers are dealing with confined environments, multiple witnesses, and potential federal transportation concerns. They do not need complete certainty before acting. They need reasonable suspicion that further investigation is necessary. The second turning point came when physical control was attempted. From the passenger's perspective, she appeared to believe she was being treated like a suspect without explanation. Psychologically, that's an important distinction. Throughout the encounter, her statements repeatedly returned to the same theme: confusion. She wasn't arguing about evidence. She wasn't debating facts. She was asking a simpler question: why is this happening to me? But legally, officers were operating from a different framework entirely. What the passenger believed was happening was that she was being punished for speaking up during a dispute. What was actually happening, from the officer's perspective, was an investigative detention during an unresolved complaint. Those are two completely different realities occupying the same moment. This is where the collective knowledge doctrine becomes important. Multiple officers were responding to information that had already traveled through dispatch, airline personnel, witnesses, and responding units. Under this doctrine, no single officer needs personal knowledge of the entire underlying incident. The legal classification of the event travels through the communication network. Every responding officer is allowed to act based on the shared information being relayed to them, even if they did not personally witness the original conduct. That's why many viewers find incidents like this frustrating. The passenger is reacting to her personal experience. The officers are reacting to the total information available to law enforcement. Neither side is operating from the exact same set of facts. The irony is that the original dispute may not have been the most legally important part of the encounter at all. The bottle allegation, the complaints about loud conversations, and the disagreement between passengers created the investigation. But the charge that ultimately emerged focused on behavior during the detention itself. That's the escalation chain. A reported disturbance leads to witness complaints. Witness complaints create reasonable suspicion requiring investigation. Investigation creates a lawful detention. Lawful detention creates an obligation to comply with commands. Perceived non-compliance creates physical intervention. Physical intervention creates the basis for a resisting charge. Notice how none of those steps require anger. None require personal hostility. Each step simply triggers the next one. At the same time, it's important to understand the psychological side. Most people evaluate police encounters based on whether they feel guilty or innocent. Officers evaluate encounters based on whether a situation is controlled or uncontrolled. Those two perspectives often collide. A person thinking, "I didn't do anything wrong," may genuinely resist instructions they view as unnecessary. An officer thinking, "I still don't know what happened," may view that same resistance as creating additional risk. That's why encounters like this often escalate so quickly. Both sides are responding to different problems. In the end, this wasn't just a story about an argument on an airplane. It was a story about what happens when uncertainty enters the legal process before the facts are fully established. Once the detention became the issue, the airplane argument stopped being the center of the case. When someone genuinely believes they're being treated unfairly, how much responsibility do they have to remain compliant while the investigation unfolds? Should resisting charges depend solely on compliance with commands, or should courts weigh how clearly officers explained the detention before force was used? If this case raised more questions than it answered for you, that's the point. Drop your perspective in the comments below. And if this kind of breakdown is what you come here for, subscribe to Sheriff Reports. There's more where this came from.